Happy day, deplorables. All right, so here's a question I think you need to ask yourself, and maybe even come up with a scale that you are actually rating people by, with who do you trust or what do you trust? Now, we can get into complete philosophical discussion on this, but I'm talking more kind of earthly. Who do you trust? And again, I think this is evaluating those people who are around you in your life, and who are you actually going to trust to be there for you when you actually need them. So I think there's scales to this, right? There's kind of acquaintances who now and again can be there for the things you need them there for. I think there's one step greater than that, who are folks who are going to be there if you ask them, and occasionally, 60% of the time when you need them the most, they're there. And then I think there's the bucket of you call them at 3 a.m. and they show up, regardless of what it is, no matter what it is. So I think the first step is kind of evaluating your circle now and who's in those circles, right? And I think you're going to find that it gets smaller and smaller and smaller as you continue to look at those circles. I think the other aspect of this is that of those people in those circles, who are going to screw you over? Who's going to take an idea you have? Who's going to try to manipulate you to try to do something for them, but won't be there in kind for you? Who can you share your ideas with and expect them not to be stolen? So, I think being around like-minded people is not enough. I think there's another level to it. So, have you really evaluated those people in those circles, and really assigned them a value accordingly to match up to those circles? So I think when we get into trouble, I know when I've gotten into trouble, I've assigned a value to somebody who didn't deserve to get that value. And it led to a financial loss. It led to an idea taken. It led to, so I think if we're going to be critical about ourselves, it's an important step that we have to take to evaluate those that we are going to let into our lives in one way, shape, or form. So, task for this week: evaluate your circles, honestly, and where do people fit at in those circles?